PC Harrison Gray, a Metropolitan Police Constable attached to the Met South East Command Unit, has been dismissed without notice after he was grassed up by his colleagues who overheard him making a racist comment at a house party. The comment was said to have been made by Gray on the 14th of October 2020, whilst off duty at a house in Bromley. Notice how they keep making a point recently of how police were off duty at the time of their offences. I don't quite see how this makes a difference. It seems that they're only ever off duty when it's convenient for them, rather than it having any actual bearing on the incident itself. Now, there doesn't appear to be any information around what comment was actually made by PC Harrison Gray, which, to be fair, in this new woke era of policing and minority group public pandering, could have easily have been calling a blackboard, as it could have been calling a black man a gollywog or an Iraqi Alibaba. However, Gray faced his misconduct hearing between the 6th and 8th of July after being suspended from duties after his colleagues informed the Metropolitan Police's Professional Standards Department. I've not been able to identify when Gray was suspended though, or when his colleagues actually gave him up to PSD, but I would be asking questions over the length of time it's taken. If he was suspended in October 2020, which, if his colleagues were really doing the right thing, would have been when they told PSD about his comment, but that information seems to be lacking somewhat. So it could be that he has either been on paid suspension over a comment for a year and a half, or his colleagues didn't say anything at the time and he was suspended much later, which would indicate that his colleagues who grasped on him were not actually acting out of duty. Either way, the response to the alleged offence is questionable. But regardless, the 3-day gross misconduct hearing did in fact find Gray had breached the standards of professional behaviour in respect of equality and diversity and discreditable conduct. Superintendent Richard McDonough said, "There is no place for any type of discriminatory language in the Met, but yet is used by almost all of them, and not just against black folk. While I'm incredibly disappointed that PC Gray felt it was acceptable to use his language at all, I'm immensely proud that his colleagues did the right thing and reported his behaviour." But when did they report him? Was it right away? If so, why has it taken a year and a half to come to this conclusion whilst Gray's been getting paid? They demonstrated what the Met's values are, and that a colleague using such offensive language, even in a social setting, will not be ignored and brushed under the carpet. Rubbish. Utter horse crap. Clearly, Gray had upset someone, and this was retaliation, because why would the colleagues of a copper report him for what he's said off duty, but yet refuse to act when they are with their colleagues on duty? We are working hard to rebuild trust, and a part of that process is ensuring that those who let the Met down are rigorously investigated and brought to account. Well, Superintendent Dick McDonough, that's not going to happen now, is it? You're not working to rebuild trust, you're conducting damage control by trying to make it look like something's actually being done, when in fact, if something were being done, then I guarantee you more police would be coming forward over their colleagues, and we would start seeing police on the streets arresting their colleagues for breaking the law while supposedly enforcing it. And for any plod watching this video, if you think it's too hard to do the right thing, think again. There's been cases in America that have seen videos of police arresting their colleagues for breaking the law during an arrest. And I'll tell you something, those cops who do that would get the public's respect 100%. And I'll tell you now that if a copper lost their job because they arrested a colleague on duty for breaking the law, even I, Pap, would support them, because that's the kind of people who don't deserve to lose their job and are the kind of people we need more of within the police.